defense light, defense light, his squad light, house call light, and a sound light, and a sound light, and a sound light.
Yo, welcome to the South Pod, where we cover the storylines and the stats of the NFC South and the Niners. What's up, Ant? I got my usual suspects with me. You know, my boy Kratos back there coughing. We got Tilly, and we got my boy Rick. How everybody doing, man?
Doing good, man.
Doing good,
man.
Doing good.
Will, you okay? You okay, Will?
We got that 2025 COVID over there.
The struggle is real.
It's definitely real down there in New Orleans, man. We totally understand. Hey, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about for y'all today, man. This is our first episode of season 2. We're gonna go over week 1, man. We got a lot of overreacting to do today. So we just gonna jump right into it, man. So, without that being said, let's talk about it. Around the league, any thoughts?
Just week 1. I think we talk about overreactions. I think a lot of people they come into the league the week 1 expecting guys to look in mid-season form, and you know the way the league is set up today, and nobody plays in the preseason. And even I looked at the teams. I know the Chiefs played a lot more than most teams in the preseason, and even they came out with about 14 penalties, looking all misconstrued and out of sorts. So I think a lot of times people just expect week 1 to look clean, and I think that's a lot of what you saw for the previous Sunday.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of rust with the quarterbacks, man. Because the game that we're about to talk about now, the first game of the NFC South, Atlanta and Tampa, I ain't gonna say both quarterbacks were rusty, but I know Tampa's quarterback was rusty. What you think about that game, Tilly?
Man, I got so many thoughts about that game. I'll say, well, first of all, it was good to be in the building. Big C came up to the ATL, enjoyed his time up there with people in the ATL. Obviously, he went home feeling the right way because he got the W. Good game. I told him, I texted him, it was a good game for sure. But things I saw in the game is, Tampa Bay run defense was extra stout. I know last year we played y'all both times. You know, we did pretty well with running the ball against y'all. Kyle Pitts, he obviously liked playing against y'all because he seemed to show up for y'all game every single time. I thought he had a resurgence. I gave him credit. It's crazy how much we had clock control, but we still ended up losing the game. Probably had more passing yards, held y'all under 300 yards passing, 300 total yards, and y'all still won the game. So it means a lot about how the stats say one thing, but the biggest stat for me that killed me was, we had 2.0 yards per carry, which is not gonna cut it. We gotta do better than that when we be a run, a heavy run-oriented team. But Michael Penix looked good to me. He didn't lose us the game. He did everything he could to try to win the game. Defense looked fast. We got some pressures. Got, I think, about 42% pressure rating, which was good. But I think we only had 1 sack. I think both teams had 1 sack apiece, if I'm not mistaken. I will say that I felt that they got pressure, but they got too far. They rushed too deep, and that caused Baker to be able to escape a few times and get out of the pocket. People lose and contain. We got to get rid of that stuff. Bijan He did it. He did his thing, man. He came out, opened it up, had the place crunk. It was loud as hell in there. The fans is definitely into it. But the play calling, wasn't too happy about the play calling at times throughout the game. And definitely, like I said before the beginning of the season, man, cool. We needed a field goal kicker. When we talked about our last podcast, I said one of the things, the biggest weak links for us was our kicker, and it showed because he killed us. They give us a chance to go into overtime and see who will come out with it, man. He just ended the game right there. And then my point, man, was Diablo. That boy looked pretty good. He was everywhere, man. I give him credit. I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of him, but he did his thing. So that's what I saw from the game, my side anyway. Corey, over to you, brother.
I agree, Taylor. It was a lot of players were still a little rusty. Some of them didn't play in the preseason, and it showed. Case in point, Baker missed Otten wide open on the
Yes, he
corner route.
Good Lord, he did.
Otten was running. There was nobody covered. Otten ran a corner route. Baker threw a post route, and I was like, "Oh my God, that was something right there." Out the real.
That was.
Kickers was rusty. McGarvey, he usually don't miss nothing. He left 4 points on out there. PAT, he missed a field goal. So we left a lot of points out there on the field. So I chalk it up to Baker being rusty. Like Telly said, man, that was my first time in Mercedes Stadium. I loved it. It was all about the band shouting, all ATL, everything. T.I. in that joint. Yeah, a lot of stars in there. They playing.
Yeah, Bone Crusher came through. Yeah,
man, and I'm like, ooh, when we pull this off, they gonna be hot. I got a video. I meant to share with y'all. I was sitting in my seat right before the game started, before everything came. I saw Bijan warming up, and I record. I'm gonna show it to you after we finish. I called the score. I called 24-20 Tampa. That's what I called. I'm gonna show it to you, and that's how I really played out. But back to the game. Baker was rusty as hell. We couldn't run the ball. I don't understand. Well, Baker ran for us. So Baker did his thing. Baker ran the ball for us, but they shut Bucky down just like we shut down Bijan. But we couldn't stop Bijan in the passing game because, oh my God, Bijan in the open field, y'all might as well cancel it. Might as well cancel it. One-on-one, you're not going to tackle him. Our linebacker Dennis he wasn't reading his keys right. So Bijan shook him out of his shoes a couple of times and made big plays. That's the reason Bijan got out. Bijan scored in the first half, but after that, defense woke up. They didn't score again until like the third quarter. We were shutting all that down. My defense, my corners, we ain't have Morrison. He wasn't available. And Izzy and my other safety, he wasn't available. But I think Parrish, he stepped in the slot, and he did a pretty decent job. As far as covering the slot receiver. Mooney, what's his name? Ray got off a little bit. I was expecting that, to see him do the thing. That was probably the bright spot as far as receiving. I don't know what Drake was doing. Him and Dean was fighting the whole game. I love it, though. I'll take it, because he later got hurt in the end of the game. I think if Drake was in there, we probably went to overtime and would have had to sell it. Because that play that Winfield made, my safety is back out. know y'all saw it. My safety is back. He always making key plays against Atlanta. So the way he hit that boy, I was loving it. And I was rocking my Winfield jersey. I was loving it that game. So Winfield seems to be pretty healthy. We pretty stout on the defense, like Tilly said. Atlanta, it was week one, man. We always division games are going to be ugly. They're going to be ugly. They're not going to be blowouts. It's going to be a slugfest. So overall, I'm glad that Baker got that out of the way, even though he almost threw 2 picks, just like Penix almost threw 2 picks. So I'm going to talk about the Russ. I'm going to talk about the Russ. But the player of the game for me is, y'all don't even know this. My center played left tackle. They moved my left tackle before the game. Right before the game, Dan Barton, you're not snapping. Bredesen going to play center. You play tackle. So what that tells me is we're going to be just fine once we get that all-pro tackle back in Tristan Wirfs. Not to mention we didn't have Godwin. We didn't have McMillan. So injuries, as we noticed around the league, are part of the game. But that's why you got to have good backups. And I think this is the first year we actually got some decent backups that's going to be able to step up and perform in the absence of the ones. And I forgot to mention there was an Emeka sighting.
Yep.
Remember that name? Remember that name? Bates was. I love it because Bates was so tuned in on making sure Mike didn't score. Emeka got to eat. So that was a positive for me. I was looking at that and I'm like, okay, so if Emeka eat and they doubling Mike, when we get everybody, oh Lord Jesus, it's gonna be pretty once we get everybody back in the stable. But the key is if we get everybody back in the stable, because like I said, injuries is part of the game. But all in all, Atlanta scared me. They scared me. I thought it was gonna be a three straight victories over Tampa. You know, it was a mental thing for me. Like I tell it like week one really don't mean nothing, but because of how we ended last year, being swept by y'all, week one meant something. It meant something. You could tell in the locker room because Bowles was real excited in the locker room after we won the game. He was like, normally we don't do this, but he screamed. I was like, wait, what? I'm still probably going to want to fire him. I'm still probably going to want to fire him by week 6. We will see. we will see. But all in all, week 1 is what we expected. It was rust. It was rust. And go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing I left out is Mike Hughes was last year and again this year is the weakest link on our defense. Both of your touchdowns came over him. So that's a scheme that your OC ran up. Smart plan because they knew the set they put y'all in that last touchdown that it was gonna have to be Mike Hughes when he came in the game. It was gonna go against Rebecca, and that was a mismatch. So that dude's is terrible. So yeah, between him and Koo, both of them can pound sand as far as I care. We need another safety nickelback because that dude is trash. Yeah, he got beat crazy. He was set up to defend that route, and I don't know what he did. I watched it like 4 times, and I'm ready to just run back up to Atlanta and choke the hell out of him because I'm pissed off about that.
Hey, I got a question, man, for both of you fellas, man, as it relates to the Atlanta and Tampa Bay game, because both of you guys representing teams as, perennial favorites right now in the NFC South, with, everybody kind of picking, Tampa Bay to win. But looking at that game, man, Corey mentioned that, Baker held it down as far as the run game, which he was actually the leading rusher and the leading passer in that game. He rushed for, a meager 39 yards. But the question to you, Corey, when your quarterback is leading the league, leading the team and rushing in that particular game, is that sustainable for you guys? Or what do you need to actually do more as far as getting Bucky, Rashard White, and some of those other guys involved if you want to have a level of success and win the NFC South? Because I don't think that's sustainable. So what do you think you got to do?
I agree, Rich. It's not sustainable to have Baker be the leading rusher. It's not. It's sustainable because he does it. That's what he do. He's going to do whatever he needs to do to win the game. My concern with that is injuries. Yeah. That's my main concern is him getting hurt, which I think the organization knew this. That's why we let Trash go and we signed Teddy Two Gloves. Trash been in the backup for about 5 years. He just never got on the field. So Teddy Bridgewater came in preseason, one game in Pittsburgh, walked off the street, and showed enough to the coaches to say, yeah, we don't need you, Trash. Teddy Two Gloves is rusty, but even when he's rusty, he's better than you. So if Baker doesn't get hurt, then yeah, him being a renegade or a rebel, whatever they want to call him, that's just him. And to ask him to stop doing that, you can't do that. You got to let Baker be Baker. But he needs to be more cautious. And I think he's smart enough to know when he has to use his legs and when he doesn't have to use his legs. Because mind you, he threw for 3 TDs.
Yeah.
3 TDs, but he also realized they shutting down Bucky, so I got to do something. So with that being said, we didn't run the ball enough. We got a new OC. Well, Grizzly has been promoted to OC. He's used to the team, but this is his first time being in that seat. So Grizzard got to call more run plays, and I think they're going to do that. The game dictates, how you call your plays.
Absolutely.
First 15 plays was scripted. Everybody know that. And, you see that, hey, they ain't letting us run the ball, so we got to do something. So I expect Monday night, even though we went up against another hellacious defense, it's going to be more focus and emphasis on the run. And that's what I would like to see along with using Ivy a little more. But like I said, it's rust, Rich, because Ivy didn't play the whole preseason.
Yeah.
in practice. They rusty. They're not on the same page. So as the season continues to go on, hopefully Baker don't have to run that much. Mind you, Tristan went there. I left tackle. So once he comes back, the line is solidified. They didn't do a bad job. I give them a B. I was expecting Atlanta's rookies to show out, but they weren't playing them right to me.
Yeah.
No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. And I really didn't expect much out of those two guys. I think Pierce, JPJ as they call him, he's doing what he needs to do. He's learning, right? So he's learning how to come off the edge. He's learning that he has to get stronger because these grown men in the NFL. So the bull rush pass rushes he's used in Tennessee, that's not going to work in the NFL. So he's able to see that I need to put in more work, get stronger, which I'm fine with that. I think whatchamacallit, man, they need to put him in the right position. They got him playing inside linebacker and then the lot on the edge, and that's not his natural position. So they need to free him up, let him be outside linebacker, let him do what he do, instead of trying to force him into being a edge rusher, purely an edge rusher. So I think once Jeff kind of see some things on tape, they'll adjust hopefully, and then you'll see probably game week 4, week 5. You'll see those young kids start to show you why he was a first-round draft pick. So I'm cool with it.
And what's your take on it from the outside looking in?
I'm muted. I'm sorry. Man, honestly, I thought when Atlanta got the ball first, I like everything that I saw at Penix. I mean, I think the offense is going to be really exciting. I remember watching the game, and looks like Tampa was just getting off to a rough start. They went 3 and out on the first drive, wasn't looking good. Baker like you said, Baker missed a lot of throws. There were some opportunities in that game that I saw, and I was just like, man, he couldn't get it right. And for a while, especially how Atlanta started, I'm like, man, it's going to be a long day. Like I was like, they don't have an answer for these boys. And I like the rotation between Bijan and Algier. I like the way they get a chance to get those boys in and out. You get a little, keeps the defense unbalanced. And I hope that continues on through the year. And like Telly was saying, I don't really think it's too much of a concern with Baker running the football at the clip that he's doing as far as week 1. I think that's something that you're just seeing in week 1. I don't think that's something going forward that you're going to see throughout the season. I don't even think that may be the only time that it happens where Baker's going to be leading the team and rushing in the game going forward. I just think that's that week 1 stuff, especially playing a division opponent that knows how to play you. It makes things a little difficult, but I think a lot more emphasis going on into this upcoming week will be put on the run game. And I think that's going to balance things out so that the defense can play well and play a lot better and control the pace of the game. But I love everything, honestly, that I saw at Penix mostly. To me, the biggest surprise was Emeka Egbuka. I mean, him getting open, him taking advantage of the opportunities that he got because they had Mike Evans in the blender. Like, he made some good first down catches. They were doing things, but like you said, they were over there they was going to war. And Emeka Egbuka, as a young guy, stepped up and took advantage of the opportunities that he got. And I'm glad that Baker found him and, allowed him to make plays. But it was a really good game. It was one of the better games of the weekend for sure. It was a lot of changes, a lot of going back and forth. And like I said, unfortunately, Atlanta had an opportunity to win the game. And I thought that was their game to lose from start to finish. I really did. And they couldn't close, and it was unfortunate.
Hey, one question for Telly, man, before we move on. And you brought up a great point. And you talk about, that rotation with Bijan and Algier. However, with both of those guys in that game, they didn't even rush for 50 yards. Michael Penix threw the ball 42 times. So the question to Telly is, like, do you think because the run game was shut down during that game, was the reason why you actually went to the passing game? Is that sustainable for Michael Penix to throw the ball 40 to 50 times? Or they got to have that balance to be able to go out there and actually, win games, especially like that game they should have won against Tampa Bay?
No, I think what it was is kind of like the reason Baker got those 39 yards rushing, because I think he had 2 or 3 third down scrambles, right? So that's what he got those big chunk yards off of that. I think one was 13, one was like 15 or whatever it was, right? So that's an out of necessity run because he knows either one of those third down plays, he don't get a first down. That's problematic for a team. They got to punt the ball off because of where we're on the field. So those are necessity runs, in my opinion. And I think even Mike had necessity runs. The first down run and the touchdown run was necessity run. So I was looking at the pass and rushing play call, and it was a 50-50 situation. So it wasn't overly pass, overly run. They did what they could. That's where I addressed in my recap is our play call and our run scheme has to change because we lost our starting right tackle, and he's out probably for most of the season, if not the whole entire season. And so that's a shift. And you got the rookie in there. He's doing the best he can do. Game one against a tough D line that Tampa has. They're known to stop the run anyway. So you got to be on your P's and Q's. So last year we were creating those little slips on our run scheme that allowed Bijan to kind of crack through there and hit those lanes and get some good rushing against Tampa. But this year we don't have that pro on the right tackle to do his thing. So right now, just like Corey them did, man, we kind of shifted around our offensive line, and people got to find their space. So I think that next week and the weeks beyond that, they'll figure out a better run scheme to get us more rushing yards. But I like that they did still try to run, even though we wasn't getting anywhere with it. They still tried it because sometimes that could put too much on a quarterback when you just abandon that and it's just air assault, which is be bad. So that's the reason why, in my opinion, it was still a winnable game. It was a close game. If we try to just do all passes, then Tampa would have found their groove and they would have stomped us. So, but it did good. Just run scheme changes and O-line needs to get more gelling.
Valid points.
Another thing we did though is y'all know Bowles never adjusts to after halftime. Yeah. That didn't happen in week one. That did not happen in week one. He was adjusting on the spot. It got to the point, Dennis, our linebacker, was getting burned so much, we benched him for a couple minutes to get himself back together and put him back in the game because he wasn't reading his keys. Bijan was eating him up. But it wasn't a run play, but it was just coming out the backfield pass. It was horrible, but they got it right. And we also played a lot of man this game. I was shocked. We played a lot of man. I didn't see too many blitzes. I didn't see too many. But
no, that was a shock to me. Yeah, I think y'all blitzed like 2 or 3 times. Timely blitzes, but I was kind of shocked that y'all didn't blitz more. That's kind of his calling card.
And I think the reason why that is so is because Morrison didn't play this game. They got faith in McCullum, who dropped 2 interceptions, and he just got paid. He just got paid, and he dropped 2 interceptions. Penix gave it to him. Like I said, Paris was in the slot, and he was quiet there for a minute. So he was doing his job as a rookie. Shout out to him. But Morrison should be back next week against Houston. So I think you're going to see them playing a lot more man this year. Like I said earlier, whether we get hurt or not, that's on them. But hey, they did pretty good. What you think there, Kratos?
And like I said, I only caught one game preparing for the daggone procedure. So I'm going to have to concur with what y'all saying right now. My struggle is real, especially with my team. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Man,
roll to your team.
Moving along. We had Carolina. Who did y'all play?
Jacksonville. They played new haircut Hunter on this mug, boy.
Oh, slickback.
No, all Carolina did was show up.
We got off the bus.
Got off the bus.
That's exactly what
we did. And Bryce was staring up in the crowd the whole time. He was gazed. Well, like, what's going on? What happened?
You know what, man? It was disappointing to say the least. Because, towards the end of last season, you thought you saw some bright spots in Bryce that was actually going to carry over to this season. And I was very looking forward to, him coming off starting hot, especially against a Jacksonville team that's not that good. A lot of emphasis was, placed on what Travis Hunter was actually going to do. So I think that kind of distracted away from Jacksonville as a whole because the spotlight was just solely on Travis Hunter. But when you get out there as Bryce Young, knowing that, hey, this is your season, man, this is the year for you to put some of the naysayers and some of the doubters to rest by getting out there and perform. And you accounted for all 3 damn turnovers in that game. And missed some actually easy plays as well, man. So that was kind of disheartening, man. And he kind of took a back seat to what, we were actually expecting. So to get out there and throw 35 times, 18 completions for only 154 yards with 2 interceptions, that was embarrassing, man. No rushing game whatsoever. And the thing that we actually did that was also upsetting to me is we drafted well. We drafted well, especially on the defensive end of the defensive side of the ball. You had Big Brown come back, and we gave up 143 rushing yards to Travis Etienne. When you brought all these players in to stop the run, that is not a winning recipe, man.
My bad, dog. You said you gave up. Y'all gave up 100 plus to ETN. 100. He had 100 since Clemson.
That's funny, Court. I said the exact same thing on my Vanpool today. That boy ain't played that well since he was at Clemson, and then you had his little brother come in the game for Carolina and rush for 4 yards. So, a very dismal performance, man. And I think maybe unfair, maybe unfair, but Bryce is definitely, he's definitely on the ropes, man. He definitely has something to prove, in the upcoming game against Arizona. And I think, that's going to dictate a lot of things moving forward because you're going to cost people their jobs.
Yeah, I'm gonna chalk it up to week 1, Rich. I'm gonna hold my judgment. I'm gonna chalk it up to week 1 because you got some weapons on the out. You got weapons. So we'll see what happens next week when y'all play, man. I'm gonna just chalk it up as a little rusty.
We got weapons, but they all went out there with blank guns. The only one that showed up was T-Mac. So that's it.
Again, it was week 1.
Yeah, I'm agree with you, Mo, man. I'm with you. I'm going with week 1. I hope, I think this is gonna be the thing with Bryce Young. I think he's gonna play up, and I think he's gonna play down. A lot of what we saw to Jameis Winston early on, like you, I think for a while you're not gonna know what type of quarterback you're gonna get. He looked so good at the end of the year, and there was a lot of expectations for him coming into the season, and you were hoping that he picked up right where he left off at. But again, it was just, it was some stuff going on out there from a quarterback standpoint that just kind of left you just wondering, like, man, is this what it's gonna be? 280 yards passing, 300-yard passing games, and 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. But the run game didn't help. Not having a run game out there, and the defense they were all over the place. And for me, with you more, I'm gonna chalk it up to week 1. I'm gonna chalk everything up this week to week 1. I was just kind of hoping that everybody can get out healthy. No game was pretty. There wasn't no sexy games going on, and every time you think you had something look one way, it was going the other way. So I'm with you. I would definitely just be reserved this week.
Yeah, it was one of them. I was scratching my head, when I was watching the highlights of the game because I expected it to at least be a shootout. They got Liam Cohen, down there as they do head coach or whatever. So you thinking what he did with Baker in our offense, he's gonna go down there and he's gonna make Sunshine, look like the next best thing, whatever. So I was thinking it was gonna be a semi shootout, but that ain't what we got. So we move on to next week. But before we move on to next week, we got to cover them that other team in our division. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back with us. Our boy Kratos. He's back y'all? For a while, man. How you feel about that game, man? Because honestly, before you go, the Saints didn't look bad.
No,
they did not.
No, I like the game, man. I like the game, but before I say that, Will, your goddamn shirt got me cracking up so much, bro. That hoodie only shades. I'm sorry. I was cracking up on that, but honestly, I like what I saw with Spencer Rattler, man. Like that's what we needed. We needed a coach to come out there and change some stuff up. And I like what I saw with the Saints, bro. Spencer was actually utilizing what was on the field. He wasn't going just to, one person, even though I got worried about Olave a couple of times.
Oh Lord.
Oh, bro, man, like that really scared me, man. I don't know if y'all saw on the sideline when Olave was like, man, they're trying to kill me, man. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. But Spencer Rattler, with the good coaching, was utilizing all of his weapons, and I like what I saw. Yes, it was week one. The boy can throw, and he can run. I enjoyed that. So more so, I'm looking to see what's going to happen, in week two, with the next game. But I really enjoyed what I saw. So y'all know we're in the process of rebuilding. The struggle is real. So it is what it is. I'm wishing for the best.
Yeah, Spencer, he definitely had a decent game. He passed 208 yards. On third down efficiency, he was 5 of 14. So he got to get better on third down. Y'all had 13 penalties for 89 yards, man. I think that's key. And the real key is your defense is old, sir. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you.
Yeah, no, you're preaching, man. We need to do something with our defense. Our defense is old. It's time to start rebuilding. We should have been rebuilding on the defense, man, like 2 to 3 years ago. But when you have a damn general manager like that stupid motherfucker Loomis, it is what it is.
Hey, we totally understand, man, and we're glad you're back with us. You ain't got to talk too long because you should know they're coughing and stuff. Let's move on to them Niners and Seahawks. That was the Seahawks gave that game away, but I'm gonna let Ant go ahead and talk about it. What you think about it?
No, I kind of tend to agree with you. I think it definitely went both ways. We had kicking issues. I mean, at the end, I could see how you could say the Seahawks gave it away, but we also missed 2 field goals that it shouldn't have came down to what it came down to in that game. It was a lot of sloppiness. I mean, we opened up the game, made a 95-yard drive. Brock was like 6 or 7 on the drive. It was looking good. It looked clean to start, and somewhere in the middle between the end of the second, obviously going into half, we and we excited about that the kicker is gone finally, and we held on to him too long. They drafted him in the 3rd round. For the last 2 years, they wanted to see if they could get it out of him, and I could see Kyle's reaction, man, when he missed that kick. He wanted to just fucking explode. Like you can just see it. He almost threw his headset, and that's gonna be the tale of this season for us. On those close games is how's our special teams gonna finish. But all in all, did not like what I saw to Brock. I have a lot of high expectations for him as the type of quarterback that he is. But I'm glad that he was able to come through, find somebody in down there, and finish the game the right way, get out of week 1 with a win.
Hey, did we get kicked?
No, you don't.
There you go.
I was asking Will, did he think is Brock worth the money?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think he is. I mean, my opinion hasn't changed about Brock. I love what I saw, like I said earlier in the game. And even on that last drive, the last drive of the game, he was 6 for 6 on that last drive to take us down the field on an 80-plus yard drive. So I like everything that I saw. He made a great throw to Ricky Pearsall up the sideline for about 55 yards in man coverage. He made some great throws. He was pressing. When Kittle went out the game in the end of the first quarter, Jawan Jennings went out early in the second quarter. That changes the game plan a lot, and I think he started to press a little bit, same as some of the stuff I saw last year. But when he made good drives, you just can't miss kicks in this league when you're playing a division opponent. And I mean, you're missing 27-yard kicks. I mean, wasn't close. that can't happen when you're missing kicks when the ball's inside the 10 or outside the 10. I mean, that just can't happen.
So, oh no, go ahead and finish.
So I think that's the biggest thing. I think he put us in position multiple times to end the game. And like I said, at the end, the Seahawks got the ball back at the end, and Nick Bosa made a good play. But again, if I'm being honest, 2 missed field goals late in the third quarter could have put that game away early.
So question for you, Ant, and I know we talked about this, or Corey mentioned this before, about injuries, and now San Francisco look like the Wounded Warrior Battalion, because I want to know how y'all going to move forward, man, without Brock Purdy right now. Right, scheduled to miss weeks. Kittle is out for weeks, and you got Juwan Jennings hurt, and you already got Brandon Ayuk hurt. So what do you think your outlook, man, is for these weeks to come, man, with so many key players that's going to be out?
Yeah, it's something I definitely thought about. Kittle's obviously been placed on the IR.
Yeah.
He'll be scheduled to come back around week 5 or right around there. I don't expect him to be out any longer than that. As far as Brock Purdy, he's gonna play Sunday. If anybody's familiar with how Kyle Shanahan is, the same way he played this whole Christian McCaffrey thing this last week or so, he likes to get these coaches. He said it before. He likes to give coaches another reason to go take 2 hours to go look at tape on another player, and it takes away from the another 2 hours they could put in on looking at Brock. Now they got to go look at Mac Jones for 2 hours for no reason, but it's all a part of game planning. And I'm sure Seattle spent a lot of time looking at Brian Robinson tape and some of these other guys. I'm absolutely sure Brock Purdy's going to play Sunday. He likes to use that verbiage because it's all gamesmanship when it comes to stuff like that. As far as Juwan Jennings, everything came back clean today. He's another guy I expect to be out there Sunday. But yeah, like I said, as far as injuries, it doesn't look good. And obviously, when you say 49ers and injuries, you get scared. But right now, I mean, I take it at face value. If you ain't on IR, you're gonna play, and that's just the way I see it right now.
Okay. Yeah,
y'all been getting ate up.
Yeah, I mean, everybody thought Christian McCaffrey wasn't gonna play, and he was staying mum about I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, for him to go out there and have 35 touches, but
Yeah, I thought that was more so a PR, because they tried to put him on. He went on the injury list late. So I think, they're just putting it out there, like you said, just gamesmanship to actually give people something else to think about. But with all the other injuries, just coming out right now, I'm wondering if it's a little bit more than that. And, how do you guys move forward if indeed those players are not actually playing next week?
Yeah, I think Juwan will be out there. Like they said, they got MRI at the end of Sunday. Everything came back clean. He avoided everything. And as far as Brock, they said it's a shoulder, not a throwing shoulder, but in his
shoulder
toe.
And his foot.
In his toe. Yeah, he has a toe injury. I don't think it's that deep. Cal's doing what he does. He's gonna stay. It's a long shot, or we'll see. He's day to day. And again, if you're a coach, if you've been around the game, it just now I got to take 2 hours and see what Mac Jones looked like with Jacksonville last year. And that's all part of scheming.
That's about 2 minutes of study tape time, so they'll be good.
Yeah,
they're gonna be just fine. They're gonna be just fine. I mean, defense didn't look too bad. Warner doing what he's still playing all world, man. I wish he'd just go somewhere else. Y'all don't deserve Fred Warner. You do not. You do not. He need to come somewhere where he can be appreciated, man. But I'm just playing, man. I like Fred Warner. I like that.
We ready for them Saints, man. I didn't get a chance to talk about that Saints game. I was definitely going to watch them. I took some time. I know y'all probably didn't. What I observed mostly was just two teams are two cheeks of the same ass. I mean, I didn't see anything that took. Cam Jordan looks good still. I mean, I expected that. But I didn't know if it was just him looking good or Kyler Murray just being ass. He can't see the field still. Nobody in New Orleans scares me. Spencer Rattler's trash. Probably gonna die. I don't know how Chris Olave gets through this game. Alvin Kamara, his 40 time easily is in the 5.2s. It's gonna be bad. I don't give a damn if Brock Purdy don't play. I don't see it happening.
Hey, just don't lose.
I think, Kamara, he wasted some opportunities, man. He could have went to another a contender. He had a good run in New Orleans, but when he was still injury free, he could have went somewhere else and actually did something. I don't think he got as much left in the tank. And like Will said, Olave ain't gonna last till week 5.
No.
He is not gonna last. So thank God he ain't jumped in the division yet. Because every time in the division game, we hitting.
And that was the other thing I'm getting. I didn't talk a lot about. We started 4 rookies on defense Sunday, and they played great. Our safety Marquise Siegel, 2 defensive linemen, and first round pick Mike Hale and Alfred Collins, and our corner Upton Stout at our nickel. Those guys look good, man. We gonna have some household names here in a minute. But I love what I saw. Salah was, man, the defense was flying. I'm not going front, man. We had them boys that 80 yards rushing and 150 yards passing, so I'm with it.
Definitely. I was hoping Seattle would pull through on that one. It would make week 2. It would have made week 2 a lot more interesting, Will, because y'all lose New Orleans. Like, come on, man. That should be a penciled in W.
Hey, if we lose New Orleans, I ain't coming on this podcast no more.
Oh, but you better. I was waiting. I said, woo, boy, all that smack you talking,
Just
you
do it.
And they win. I'm gonna Spencer Rattler your ass the whole show.
It is the NFL.
Any given Sunday, baby.
You know how the Saints are for the first 4 games. Like, what they averaged last year, 44 points a game?
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah.
Yeah, it can happen. It can definitely happen. Don't be surprised.
If we win.
Right.
Don't come back on.
Don't be surprised. With
my cough and all.
My background will have a Spencer Rattler back.
Hey, but speaking of surprises, were there any surprises in week 1 that y'all want to talk about?
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna get mad, man. Justin Fields, man.
I was just about to go there.
He was phenomenal. I'm not gonna front, man. I thought they was gonna come out there and look like what Minnesota looked like early on versus the Bears. Like, I thought they was gonna do a lot of running and a lot of gimmick stuff. Man, he stood back there against a good defense and played quarterback. And I love what I saw. He played with confidence. He knew where to go with the football. He took advantage of everything, every inch of grass that was out there, every blade of grass. He was running left, he was running right up the middle, and he played fearless. He played with a lot of confidence, and got Gary Wilson the ball. I loved it. I'm a fantasy guy, and I stayed away from Gary Wilson because I'm like, I just don't think Justin got it, and he impressed me more than any player this week. He impressed me.
Man, I'm telling you, you said against our defense. I'm past this. So the Jets got a new OC, and they got Justin Fields throwing the ball against a good defense. Are they really a good defense, or does T.J. Watt make them what they are? Are they really a good defense?
We old school, Mo. I always believe that Pittsburgh is a competent organization, and they're never. If anything, they're an above average defense. But I thought he looked for Justin Fields, for what we've seen. I thought he looked really, really good. Honestly, I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I think he looked great.
I agree, man. I think that initially Justin Fields, when he came out there with 2 gloves, it's like, is he going to play baseball? Or is he actually going to throw this ball, as a football, as an NFL quarterback? But I think those guys exposed some things about the Pittsburgh defense, man, that I think other teams can take advantage of if they go back and watch that tape. But that was by far, for me, that was one of the actually games of the week. Very competitive game. So I was surprised with Justin Fields as well as Aaron Rodgers' ability to get out there. And I know we talk a lot of trash, about the old guy, just trying to make his decision. But I think both of those guys, man, came out and they played very well. But more so, I was very actually surprised and glad to see Justin Fields play well, and he actually exposed that Pittsburgh defense to a sense for other teams to actually gain some actually other knowledge on and watch some tape and to be able to go out there, man, and actually upset Pittsburgh in the coming weeks. But very good game.
Tell me, did he really expose them, or?
Oh yeah.
What's your thoughts?
No, I'm with Big Will, man. I thought the kid played well. I've always advocated for the kid. I thought he just been getting a raw deal since he's been in the league. He got all the talent in the world. And I think any defense that plays against him, if he throws the ball the way he threw the ball this past weekend, we all know he can run. He's a big physical quarterback, and so that teams have to game plan for that. And you got to remember, last year he was on Pittsburgh's team, so he doesn't have any fear of that team. He doesn't have anything to think about. He knows their defensive schemes. He knows all these different things. So I think for both of those quarterbacks, those things played into their hands of how well they played against the other team because they knew their things. Now, Rodgers knew the players on the Jets. Now it's a different scheme because you got new coaches there, but he knows the players. Players going to be what they're going to be, and coaches are going to change too much in that short period of time. So, and obviously Rodgers is a very smart player as a QB. So I think Justin he had a great game. He came out and he wanted to show Pittsburgh, what they gave up on, and then give Jets fans, some kind of hope. Now he might come down to earth a little bit next week. I'm not sure they're playing, but I mean they're playing the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, he's gonna come back to. We'll know whether or not he any good because he's gonna be tested. Not from Buffalo's defense, but he's gonna be tested as far as trying to match Josh Allen because Josh Allen, he seems that he'll turn the pressure up on people. And that's what seems that he's found his kryptonite of what pushes him over top of other people. It's not his defense, it's not his wide receivers, it's just him. It's just him, man. He puts pressure on everybody else. I can't make a mistake because this big dude gonna take advantage of it. And that's what used to scare people about Tom Brady. Giving him the ball back at the end of the game. You want to give him the ball back. Mahomes, you want to give him the ball back at the end of the game because those dudes scare you about what they can do. And Josh Allen is slowly coming into his own on that. So but that's my take on Justin. My surprise, it takes everything in me to say this.
Them damn boys.
No. They were a surprise, but man, I don't even know if I want to say this shit, but whew.
Go ahead, man.
That quarterback that I hate with everything in me.
Justin Herbert.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I really was surprised at how well the Chargers played. Maybe it's an out of country thing. I don't know, but they played their ass off. So I'll give him credit, man, because I've been riding him hard. I still don't think he's worth the money, but I will take my hat out to him. He played a hell of a game this past week. So that's definitely one of my surprises in Cowboys. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Cowboys to look like they did, especially on defense. They was flying around. They was doing some things on defense that I didn't expect. They effectively stopped the run game. They did really well stopping the run this past weekend. And Dak played cool, calm, and collected, man. And if he can find him a wide receiver, he might be all right.
Man, I was just about to say Dallas was one CD catch away from winning.
Yeah, they were.
One,
So,
literally.
so
and another thing, hold on, Rich. Another thing about the Dallas game, even though Jalen Carter was out, their secondary is trash.
Yeah.
The Eagles secondary is trash, and they are in trouble. But go ahead, Rich.
No, I was just about to actually make a point about that. Did you think that, with Jalen Carter being out of the game, that actually took away some of those quarterback pressure that could potentially been put on Dak, or did Dallas actually show up and play that well?
I honestly think it was. I thought it was all Dallas, to be honest with you. When you have two All-Pro edge rushers in Philly, you can't make an excuse that your nose tackle going out is the reason why. I'm with Moore. There were opportunities for Philly to. They should have lost that game from start to finish, to be honest with you. There was nothing I saw in Philadelphia. I mean, this man Brown had one catch. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
This man had one catch, and somehow Philly was in that game because, like I said, Dallas just didn't take advantage of it. Like Mo said, I mean, they was one of two catches away from winning that game. Literally, they played. They were the best. Dallas was the better team that day. Dallas was indeed the better team that day.
Yeah. And with that being said, it seemed like we have a theme here. And Corey, you said it while you was talking. When we were doing our recap, it's all these superstar players, man, they all don't want to play in preseason. I think it's starting to show, man. These guys need to have their ass on the field and play some snaps on the field in preseason, because this week is like preseason for some of them,
It is.
jokers, and they look like ass. And people are paying to be in those games, paying good money to be in those games, hyped up about being in those games, and their star players just ain't performing. Wide receivers dropping easy balls because CD ain't no slouch wide receiver, but man, those are some terrible drops. He can't blame nobody else but himself, because Dak put the ball on him every time. And then I saw other players, like even for me, I didn't think Drake London had anything in him. And that was before he got hurt. He was playing tired. He looked lethargic. I'm like, what is wrong with this kid? He was dropping passes left and right. Pitts putting on him right in the doggone hands. If you got Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson leading us in receiving, who are you supposed to be, dog? What is really going on?
So you remember what I told you before? Who's going to lead the league in drop passes? We talked about this before.
He did say that, Taylor.
I did say that. I did say that. But he still had, before he got hurt, he still had 8 receptions. Kyle Pitts, that was, like you said, maybe it's just Tampa Bay. Maybe everybody that y'all play, y'all should actually have the opposing players put on Tampa Bay jersey shirts.
Yeah.
And you'll get a Kyle
Pitts only.
For Kyle Pitts on it. And I think you get more production out of him. But, he had 7 receptions for 59 yards. And Drake London had 8 receptions as well. But all the spotlight went on Bijan because of the big plays he made. And he had 6 receptions for 100 yards in that touchdown as well. So,
yeah, we know. And they still lost. Moving along, the next
right.
The surprise for me, not in a good way, Caleb Williams. They did all this talking about Ben Johnson supposed to be this, that. Well, hold on, Big Will. Let me tell you why. Like we know, the first 15 plays are scripted. They scripted, right? When we watched him with those plays, he looked like a QB1.
Not to me.
After that, he didn't want to stay in the pocket. He wasn't making the reads, and he wanted to do his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it, man. Like I was looking at some of the stuff, I'm like, wow, I can hit that. But he ain't looking downfield. He trying to. I don't get it. I thought he would play way better than what he did, but he let J.J. McCarthy come in his house. That's supposed to be the first game where it's like, okay, Chicago's on the track. They finna get it done. And you let J.J. McCarthy come in here, and we saw the game. That don't sit well with me.
I thought they both was ass, to be honest with you. I could barely stand to watch it. I won $400, but I'm happy. But and I literally bet all unders, and I want to screenshot it if I could. They were terrible. Caleb Williams on that first drive, you may take away because he had all completions. I want to say he went like 6 for 6 or 7 for 7. But even in that drive, he was running and he was looking, and there were opportunities on that drive for him to just sit in the pocket, make a throw. And I get what Ben Johnson was trying to do. Just give him simple completions. He checked down a lot in that first drive.
He did.
And guys are running after the catch, stuff you expect. But my always fear when you watching the beginning of a game is everything is scripted. What's going to happen as we call the game plan off the script? And I saw the same thing that I continue to see since college. He's holding the football. He's looking to use his legs to extend plays. And it turned into what it was. J.J. McCarthy he's a running back. I mean, that's all he did at Michigan. He's not a good football player either. I look at him and Caleb Williams as the same. I don't see it with J.J. McCarthy. I don't see it. I don't think he sees the field well. I think he's unsure of himself. And I think it was a bad decision. The same way I feel about Justin Fields in the Caleb Williams thing. I feel like, if you was gonna do this, you just should have kept Sam Darnold.
I agree because
this is just not what it is. I think Fields would have been a better player in Chicago under Ben Johnson. This is a bad situation for both. I think Caleb will be benched by the end of the season for Tyler Burnett. I see that they paid him. They gave him a 3-year extension. The backup is crazy, and I think Ben Johnson likes him more than he likes Caleb. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be on the short leash this year with Ben because Ben doesn't want that stigmatism to his name. Like, hey, oh no, this is not how we do business. And I know Telly kind of agreeing with you and hoping that JJ McCarthy does the same thing Sunday night when they play. I know he's probably hoping, that his true colors come out, even though they're gonna be in Minnesota or whatever.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about going to the game. My cousin plays for Minnesota. He's not going to play this weekend, but he plays for them. So I talked to his dad today. I said, told him I might fly up just to hang out with them and then go to the game. Never been in Minnesota before, but I'm not a fan of JJ McCarthy. I've seen him play in college, seen him play in person when my Georgia Bulldogs annihilated him in the Orange Bowl. When we won our title. So it's just I'm not a believer in him. I know the coach is a great coach and he can resurrect some careers, but that kid
he ain't it.
He ain't it. He, like you said, he's a glorified running back, somewhat of a game manager of sorts, but I'm waiting for that moment to blow up between him and Jefferson when he has those stinking games and Jefferson gets pissed off and he's out of the game because he ain't getting enough touches and the balls were overthrown, underthrown. And that happened the first half. He was kind of out of touch with the he was out of sync and he was frustrated, man. So that stuff if Caleb was anything like he was in the first half, Minnesota wouldn't have a chance in that game. It'd been over because they looked like the much better team for most of the game. And then all of a sudden Caleb did what Caleb does, and like Corey said, and probably frustrated the heck out of the coach because he missed passes, missed open receivers, going to where he wanted to go to. That same stupid scrambling straight back. I don't understand that crap.
Almost got his wide receiver killed.
Yes, he did.
With DJ Moore.
Yes, he did.
He don't want to do that with Moore. I don't think because he don't want to do that with Moore too many more times. I know a conversation was had. It was definitely.
Oh yeah.
If any of us in here wide receivers, that would happen too, dog. I would have had that conversation on the sideline as soon as them Tweety birds start flying around my head. I would have talked to that anyway. We gotta talk, bro.
You know what? And especially when you missing throws. I mean, he was wide open on a post corner.
Oh, for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, you can hit me in the middle of the field, but you can't hit me wide open. Come on, dog. Come on, man.
Because he's making it about himself, but it is what it is. We'll see how he progresses during the season. But I forgot to tell you, Tilly, I saw a shirt in the stands. It said caution, choking hazard. Then it had 28-3 and it said Falcons will Falcon every time. But switching to another bird, Ravens will Raven all the time. Because what was that? What kind of performance was that, man? You are dominating the game for like the last, it was 15 minutes left? Last 15 minutes left.
15 minutes left, yeah. It was 9 minutes left with a 15-point lead.
Yeah, 9 minutes left, you are 15 points. Josh Allen said, hey, watch this. Come on, man. Are we serious? I mean, I don't know what's up with the Ravens, man. At this point, it's like, the only people that's going to beat them is them, and they're doing a good job of it. They're doing a great job. Think they're going to bounce back next week?
I would hope the hell so. They're playing Cleveland.
Yeah. That ain't going to be easy. That ain't going to be
easy. It ain't, but they're going to win that game.
They have to win that game, man. I don't see them losing to the Cleveland Browns.
You mean like they did last year?
It ain't gonna happen with Happy Gilmore playing quarterback and Joe Flacco. It's not gonna happen, man.
They lost to him last year.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco wasn't on the team.
That don't matter.
So I think, man, for whatever reason, man, it's like some type of psychological thing going on with the Baltimore Ravens when they get down to the wire when they're trying to close out games and they just shit the bed. There's no way in hell that actually should have happened, man. You stick to the game plan. Lamar was killing them early on in the game. Derrick Henry was killing them, and they couldn't stop Zay Flowers. Why do you go away for those things and, cost yourself a very pivotal game? Josh Allen got lucky at some time, but like you said, Josh Allen did his thing. He probably did went on and say, watch this. But it only takes just a little small, just one little small thing, man, that happened in the game to change the whole dynamic. And we saw that. And that was a crazy ass game. Cost me some sleep, and I had to get up at 3:15 the next day. So I was pissed.
Man, I went to sleep and I woke up and I saw the dub because I
Oh, I
thought they
watched the
won.
entire game.
I was like, oh wow.
Man, I thought it was a great game. Shout out to my sponsors, FanDuel, for a $500 win. But you know, definitely was the game to bet on. Definitely was the game to bet on. I mean, it's unfortunate. You know, I think the biggest takeaway for me is really, man, is Baltimore defense really what it's supposed to be. I mean, the biggest thing I've seen is like for the defense to be supposedly as good as it's supposed to be. At no point does Josh Allen have to methodically move the ball up the field. He don't have to really play quarterback and pick spots. He get to freestyle and do things. Nobody's getting home. Nobody makes him uncomfortable. And for me, Baltimore is always elevated as supposed to be this team that's supposed to really confuse quarterbacks. But I'm like, who's their marquee pass rusher? Their best pass rusher is on the interior in Matabike. And you got Kyle Van Noy. He's a senior citizen. You got the young kid, Mike Green, out of Marshall. He was MIA. So I don't think Baltimore is as good defensively as they propped up to be because, I mean, Josh Allen had no problem doing what he wanted to do. And I already don't think the Bills is that good defensively. So I think when it comes to these two teams and you talk about playing in the playoffs, this is exactly what you're going to get because they both look the same like they did last year. They both have the ability to score points fast. They both have the ability to run the football and get explosives. But can they stop anybody? They can stop lesser teams.
Right. The thing about that is their offense is kind of like the defense. They put up so many points. If I'm a DC and I'm always playing pass coverage, I can scheme for that.
Right.
Y'all behind, you know, but when they play teams that go toe to toe with them and match them, they always struggle. Go back and look. They always struggle when a team is on an equal playing field as them, or that team is playing them matching their energy. Right. They have an issue. So that defense, it really ain't like you said. It really ain't all that.
No, it's not. I think they're very good at stopping the run. I think that's something they can excel at. But as far as pass rushing and pass coverage, I mean, Jair Alexander was in space. I mean, he was out there, and these boys ain't even got receivers like that. I mean, Keon Coleman was out there putting work in on him.
Yes, he was.
So I don't think that they're as good as advertised defensively, and I honestly think they can go into Cleveland and lose this game because I'm gonna tell you one thing I do know is Cleveland's defense is as advertised. They're gonna get after you. They're gonna stop the run, and they're gonna make you play because I like what I saw against them with Cincinnati. They're just not sexy on offense at all.
I can't be with you on that. With Cincinnati is a confusion. That whole organization is just a mess, right? They got a really good quarterback. They got two outstanding wide receivers. They got a great running back. They got the O-line is trash. We all know that. The defense should be great, but it ain't. They got problems, and so Cleveland is playing with house money every time they go on the field.
Right.
So they come with that, and if you put any resemblance of resistance against Cleveland as far as putting up points or whatever, they know they can't score in bunches. They don't have they ain't built like that. So I don't think they're as good as advertised. So I don't think the Ravens gonna have any problem with them because to me, Lamar and that team has a mental block playing against the Bills and the Chiefs. Everybody else it's going to be a toe-to-toe game from time to time, but they have a major mental block when it comes to those two teams. And when a game seem like it's slipping from them, they go into prevent everything, prevent offense, prevent defense. They trying to prevent from losing, and they end up losing anytime, every single time. And I think I posted on my Facebook about that, and people thought I was blaming Lamar. I said I didn't blame Lamar. I'm talking about the team as a whole. Because if you can play any level of defense, but in your head, it's like, oh no, here we go again. We're about to lose another game we should have won. Then people start playing to that, and I know it's a real thing because the shot Corey gave me before he started talking about this, the 28-3 game, that's a mental thing that's on our team that it took us years to get past. It took, and we still ain't 100% past it, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's a whole mental thing on the whole organization. They can't get past it, can't shake it. That's why I said in my post that I don't know if they're gonna win one in his era, because they're gonna have to get rid of the coaches and the other people in order to start to heal and move past this, because they fumbled the bag too many times. On paper, they got an outstanding team. In reality, they got Lamar and Derrick Henry. That's what they got. That's what they got.
Well, it's gonna have to be enough because ain't nobody else out there. They got everything. They don't need nothing else. So they just gonna have to get it done. But maybe we overreacting because it's week 1. Speaking of overreaction, what's the biggest overreaction on week 1?
That Green Bay gonna be the NFC championship this year off of one game. Everybody is on them because they got Michael Parsons now. All of a sudden, like they're the best team in the NFL now. All of a sudden, I don't see that. They got a good team. They look strong, but that's saying a lot after week 1.
I agree with you, Telly, and I wonder if it's more indicative of how poorly Detroit played.
Detroit got new offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, Detroit won't be a good football team this year at all.
Nope.
That's just I think the difference. I don't think they're not gonna be bad. They're not gonna be bad. I think they're gonna be middle of the pack. They're gonna be middle of the pack. They're gonna be right there with Green Bay for the North. They're gonna be right there. I believe that. I believe they're gonna be right there. I don't think so. I think it's Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago. That's
why I said that, man, because outside of losing your offensive coordinator, what else should they didn't lose? And the defensive coordinator, but they got the same players.
They don't. I mean, so they one of the best centers in the league, Ragnar, retired.
Yeah,
that's
I'm talking about offense. I'm talking about the offensive weapons out there. I know the center. Okay, he's a key in.
They lost a tackle. They lost some guys. They have issues losing your offensive and defensive coordinator. A lot of people have this idea that when you lose a play caller, right? You have a coach that's not a play caller. He's not a master of anything. And people say, well, they got a guy that was there last year. He don't see the game the same way as a Ben Johnson or as an Aaron Glenn. What I saw out there, I saw a lot of confusion, especially when we all know that Jared Goff is really more than likely a middle of the pack quarterback. We know what Jared Goff is. Those that have watched us, especially me, and with the Rams, when he had an all-star cast and Todd Gurley and all those guys over there, he was struggling to get the ball out. And Ben Johnson made things really simple for him. But again, he never really accomplished as much as he did in Detroit. Now that you take Ben Johnson away, there's a new voice. I don't think it's going to look the same. I really think you're going to see a lot of Jared Goff struggling. It's the same stuff that you saw Sunday. I think it's going to be really bad for him. I'm not saying they're going to be bottom of the barrel with more. They're going to be middle of the pack. I mean, saying that you're going to be contending with Green Bay for the first spot. I mean, you got Caleb Williams and J.J. McCarthy. I mean, that ain't saying much. I mean, but I expect Green Bay to be a 12-win team. I do think it's an overreaction saying that they just need to be crowned. But I don't think. Yeah, they're gonna battle with Green Bay. I don't know how that's gonna look by week's end. I mean, by the season's end, but I don't think it's gonna be looking like much. Green Bay might be benching people in that division by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think they overreacted because it was who they beat. Because everybody's looking at Detroit to be a contender. On paper they are. They still got the team. But like you said, Big Will, losing the OC and the DC is key. We all going through growing pains. Well, I know I'm going through growing pains because, like, oh boy, he just trying. He was our third down pass coordinator. Tell the OC running the ball at the 3-yard line to the outside instead of running up the middle. He did it 3 times. So it's like you said, Big Will, like. Their mindset, their game management is off.
A lot of it is philosophical differences. I mean, they may be running what we believe is the same scheme, but again, as a coach, you always want to put your touch on the game. Like, hey, I did this. I'm doing this.
Right.
And I think he don't want to be Ben Johnson. And that's something bad. We don't need you to be Ben Johnson. But at the same time, we like what Ben Johnson was doing. We don't need you to be Canales. But the thing is that we like what they were doing. And like you said, I mean, I looked at Tampa. I was super surprised at the run game. I didn't like it. I didn't like what I saw at Atlanta in the run game. I like how they were using the backs, but I didn't like what I saw. So there's definitely some growing pains that losing two coaches, especially a guy like Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. I don't think, like I said, I think Detroit's going to be a struggle. I don't think they are who people think they are.
Point taken. What you think, Kratos?
hey, come off mute.
Today,
if they lost it, thank you, Carolina Cats. If they lost the offensive coordinator, like you were saying, that they lost, as well as the center, then yeah, it's definitely going to be a different team from what we saw last year with Detroit. But as far as surprises, I just saw some shit come over. I have to go back to that because they talking about benching Spencer Rattler. They do that and they put Tyler shit in this goddamn game. I'm gonna be hotter than fish grease. I'm just saying that right now. I'm getting back off of it. But yeah, off the high horse.
Put him in. Put the rookie in.
Reporting live from New Orleans. Nobody
Tyler shit in and fucking seat, and it's gonna be a problem. Then I'm gonna be a damn Carolina, Tampa, or damn not no goddamn 49er.
Oh no, we don't. Hey, you going down with the ship. You going down with it. No sir, ain't no jumping. Like tell you Terry, now y'all losing, you gonna own it. You ain't jumping out, no, but it's no sir.
That's gonna suck. That's all I got, bro.
Yeah, Green Bay. I guess that is everybody. I guess we don't see them like that.
Nah, man.
Parsons makes a difference because the last 2 years we done blew them out. So
they don't have a true number one wide receiver. Let's be real.
And they don't. And they stay hurt.
They don't have no true number one wide. All their wide receivers are slots. You drafted a 5'10", 4-3 running receiver in the slot that weigh 190. Man, they drafted Xavier Worthy.
Bro, that's what I'm trying to figure out when they
same school.
Yeah, same school.
Same school and everything.
They like, man, Green Bay got all these weapons, and I'm like, where?
They got 4 slot receivers.
Where? But hey, we'll see, man. They play tomorrow. I think Jay Daniels gonna give them a run for their money. So we shall see.
Good game. Good game.
It's definitely gonna be a good game, man. Sophomore jinx. Is it gonna happen to him?
We gonna find out.
we definitely are. But they give too much attention. Who are some of the teams that ain't giving enough attention or players? What y'all think?
I said it before the season started, man. I know we talk trash. Well, Rich talked trash about them, but I think Carolina is somebody you need to pay attention to. That's all I keep. I'm not Carolina, but the Panthers. Panthers. Psych. I know. The Jaguars. The Jaguars, man. I'm messing with Rich. The Jaguars.
Man, you had me right there. I was like,
that was
like, what the hell? The Panthers.
No.
I think for me, man, and this is not in a good way, but all eyes need to be on CJ Stroud, because I'm starting to get questions. It's starting to look interesting in Houston.
We gonna have
they look like ass.
We gonna have answers for you Monday.
Oh yes, we will.
We gonna have some answers for you.
I looked at CJ, man. I'm like, bruh, it's bad. I mean, this dude looked like a rookie.
Hold up. But then they trade away his all-pro tackle to the Commanders, and he been running for that. Like,
his life.
It looked like that last year, Mo. But I'm telling you one thing with CJ, he's not seeing the field well. He's missing throws. He's holding on to the ball. It looks bad out there, man. I don't think CJ ain't looking good to me. He just don't look. He don't look. He should be way better from where he was his rookie year. And to me, he's taken a significant step back. And I don't think it's all about protection. I don't.
What you think, Rich?
I think, man, one team that's probably not getting a lot of attention, and I'm watching them a little bit, is the Raiders. That's a surprise. I'm serious though. Yeah. I'm just looking at, everybody's looking at what the Chargers and Kansas City is actually going to do in that division, and I think quietly, the Raiders are actually going to surprise somebody. I think that once Ashton Genty come into his own and watch Geno do his thing, I think the Raiders are a team, man, that's not getting enough attention right now. So just keep your eyes out for them.
All right, just win, baby.
I'm gonna do just like you said and not give him enough attention because I don't agree.
Not the Raiders.
Brock Bowers dislocated his knee in a game or something. Is he all right? I think
he's good. He sprained his knee. He good.
So
they said it wasn't serious.
Raiders.
Watch.
Oh, well. But we shall see, man. We've been talking a lot about week 2. So what's y'all expectations for week 2, man?
Man, we going against Tyler Show.
No.
And New Orleans Saints. So this is an easy dub. We gonna be facing a senior citizen edge rusher, senior citizen running back.
Oh my goodness.
A quarterback that's blind. I ain't sweating this week too much. Easy dub.
All I'm gonna say is this: don't lose.
We just gotta get off the bus.
Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna make a whole shirt. Just for this. Don't lose. That's all I'm saying.
He gonna scheme it up.
We got the Saints playing the Niners.
Yep.
Carolina got the Cardinals at 4.
Yeah, that's gonna be like watching midget wrestling out there with Bryce Young and damn Kyler Murray. And we gotta come out with a W, man. Got to. But yeah, that's that midget wrestling on the football field.
That's another L.
Yeah, it is an L.
Hey, y'all think
man, you guys are pessimists.
You think Jackson Dart gonna get the nod after this Cowboys game?
No,
it's coming.
But week 3, week 3 he might get. Well, week 4 he gonna get it.
I'm gonna say week 4. I'm gonna go week 4, man.
Week 4.
Man, if the Cowboys lose this game, it'll be treacherous.
Right.
It'll still be
fun. You know Russell, man. He had those reminiscent days games, and when he's back against the wall, and he'll start slinging that thing like it ain't no tomorrow. So
that front four in New York ain't no joke, boy. I tell you that.
They got a really good defense.
Yeah, they got that. What I'm saying. I tell you
they got a really good defense.
And that's Dak Achilles' heel.
I don't know, man. I think with it being in Dallas, I think the Cowboys pull this off convincingly. Won't even be close.
Okay.
It won't be close, and Russell be benched. Jackson Dart starts week 3. I mean, what more do you need to see from him? You don't need to see nothing else from Russell. You know what you get.
They both said that he didn't put the right play mix in for Russ. He owned that one. But that's why I said week 4, man.
Deron Bland ain't playing. Maybe they spam Malik Neighbors and just rainbow balls all damn week or something.
Right. right.
Man.
So looking at the games, what's the game of the week for y'all? Who do you think the game of the week is gonna be this week?
Thursday.
Week 2.
Thursday. I'm going with Thursday. No. Yeah, I'm gonna go Thursday and then Kansas City and Eagles. I want to see if they go 0-2.
I don't think Kansas City's that good.
Me either.
Looks a lot like last year.
I still want to see it. I agree. I still want to see it. I want to see.
What do y'all think about Broncos and Colts?
That's
Bo
gonna be an
Nix,
interesting matchup.
So
Bo
you
Nix
got the people talking about this as Denver is a team that people don't understand, don't realize how good they are, because obviously Sean Payton there and Bo Nix and all that sort of stuff, and they got a great defense. And then people talking about this is a resurgence of Daniel Jones, like what's up boy name in that's in Seattle now, or that was in Minnesota last year.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Yeah, so this is the Sam Darnold year for Daniel Jones, because he played well week 1. So that one, I ain't gonna lie, shocked me too. But everybody's talking about that game, so that could be that could show some people things. I think that's a sleeper game in my opinion.
Bo didn't look too good week 1.
No, he didn't.
Nope.
No, he didn't.
I don't know I don't know how to judge this one because they still won. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty interesting to see. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be interesting. But Sunday night we get to see Mooney back, right? Is Drake London playing?
I don't know, man. They say the
we know the game of the week Thursday.
Man, we just talking about these other games too, man. You right. Everybody knows. Yeah. Michael Parsons back, fake injury ass. He's gonna be chasing Jason Daniels all game. All game. So we'll see how that back hold up. And we'll see how your boy played Debo. Because did McLaurin put up big numbers last week? Yeah.
And then you got the Bears against Detroit. That's going to be a game too, because the offensive coordinator for Detroit now is a head coach for Chicago. So that's an interesting game.
Yeah.
But Detroit wins, right?
Seattle Steelers. I mean, it's Seattle Steelers. I mean, Seattle got a good defense.
What's that, Corey?
I think it's a bunch of trap games this week, man.
I was just about to say that, Rick.
It's a bunch of trap games this week, man. So, and some of these games are, easy to kind of stay away from, because I don't know if you'll be on here next week promoting DraftKings or FanDuel 500 $400 with some of these games, bro. These some trap games.
That LA and Tennessee game, that's gonna be interesting.
What?
The LA Rams and Tennessee Titans. Like you said, Rich, you said trap game.
Tell you, bro.
Hey, stop sign. What stop sign? Man, the Rams gonna go out there and beat the death out them boys. McVay gonna have them boys ready. Man, McVay gonna.
So
I don't think
so. Who can't lose this weekend? What one team on this list can't lose this weekend?
49ers.
Because if they
I agree. 49ers.
Boy.
Hey, I'm gonna be in here at 5:00 next week waiting on y'all, boy.
The Super Bowl champion Packers.
Right. They can't lose either.
The Super Bowl champion Packers.
Yeah, I think Baltimore can't lose.
Yep.
For sure.
Ooh.
And Kansas City can't lose.
I agree.
Detroit can't lose either now.
No, Detroit is going back to what we know Detroit to be. That's what they're on their way to. Dog.
The Cowboys can't lose either.
Yeah,
nobody care about them.
Cowboys can lose because it's gonna be because they lost. Oh boy, that's what their storyline gonna be. Okay. So that's not even a big deal.
In the rainbow balls.
Yeah.
All of these are trap games. There is no guaranteed win this week. I wouldn't know how to pick this. I would not know how to pick this.
Well, we're gonna have to figure it out, because y'all gotta make y'all picks, man. Make sure I make y'all picks on time.
Yes, sir.
I made mine.
You know what? I didn't.
I didn't either.
It's gonna slip up on us because Thursday night game. So the way it goes is like you got to make your picks before the game. 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes before the game starts.
Shit, I forgot where I need to go.
CBS Sports.
CBS Sports.
Picks.
South Pod.
Picks. I got it.
Yep.
So my sponsor,
All right.
FanDuel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cheddar, you text. It's in our. Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it, man.
I'll shoot it back to y'all. If you, it's in the thread. I just I got the app. So I play in there every year.
I
Any
took a few L's this past week.
Yeah.
It didn't look too bad. It didn't look too bad. Minnesota pulled out for me at the end. I mean, the Ravens disappointed. That was my biggest loss. But yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I picked Kansas City over the Chargers.
Any same round. We missing a thing. Who we didn't talk about?
No, man. I think we did good. We talked about most of the games in some roundabout way. We talked about our stuff, some roundabout way. No major injuries this week, so I think we're all good there.
Yeah, I think Drake London and Darnell Mooney gonna be back. I mean, they practiced today, you know. So I think they both be back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bryce Young's on the injury report too. He got a bruised ego, but he needs to get that shit together. he need to get that shit together.
Hey, that boy's out there staring at the teleprompter, the screen. He's supposed to be calling plays. Like, come on, man. What we doing here, Bryce?
Hey, you might have to put the Red Rocket back in there before he wakes up.
You know, man, if he plays bad this week, man, in Arizona, I think you're gonna see Andy Dalton in the game. You will, because like, come on, man, if you get out there and have multiple turnovers again, you're gonna be sitting in the back of the damn plane, right by the toilets. They may shove your ass in there.
In the toilet,
yeah. So yeah, he has to play well, man.
So Sam Darnold, y'all, Jameis Winston, he getting 1-2 games, and then he to motivate Bryce, and Bryce come out there and start cooking.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen in New York. It's gonna be a Jameis Winston sighting this weekend.
He gonna need a little fire lit under him. He'll be all right. Bryce will be all right. I still believe.
Hey, Kratos, y'all talking about bitching Spencer already?
Bro, that's what I said, bro. And they talking about like Moore might be on the hot seat. That's what I was, man.
Nah, that's gotta be fake news.
Hey, shit.
I'm gonna tell you who in the hot seat for me: Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson.
Ooh.
They on the hot seat.
Damn, stop sign.
You looking at the Kool-Aid?
Like, yeah, I'm looking. I'm 0-2. I can't see Atlanta going 0-2, man.
They might start Kellen Moore at quarterback.
Right.
That Boise product. Bring that first quarterback play call in the league.
Yep. I'm running and gunning. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Bring that Boise product.